Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Hyunbin Bae, and it's a great honor to meet you and to interview with you. I want to ask you about one of the human rights issues, LGBT. In Korea, the rights of the LGBT community is being stomped on by the public majority and is being ignored by legislators. What are steps the Korean government can take to ensure the human rights of LGBT minorities are protected?
LGBTI issue is emerging human rights issues, we have been supporting these initiatives on two principles. One is the right to non-discriminations, because LGBTI community has different needs, different way of living, and that they shouldn't be discriminated on the way that they live. And another is equality, because majority of the constitutions in the world at least supports equality before the law, and I think that's the two basic major principles which is based on for the protection of the rights of the LGBTI. If you see in the current world, I don't have a statistics now, but if you go to our website and see on the LGBTI issues, that there should be statistics on. There are, as compared to the past, many countries has more openly accepted the concept of LGBTI in the recent times. And it's not only developed countries, but also developing countries. And if you see, even Nepal, if you see, you can get citizenship on the name of third gender. It is or the family reunion as you can marry between man and man and woman and woman. So that's allowed in many countries these days. As for the Korea, I think the logic in number of countries, including Singapore, which I worked on these issues, because there is a law which discriminates LGBTI community there, is basically the politicians has normally, or the parliamentarians has given, the society is not ready for the change, and I think that has been a general argument by the political parties or the parliamentarians in most of the countries, at least in the developed countries. In other countries, in Islamic countries, it has been referred to mostly as a religious issues, whereas in the more advanced, which is countries where there is some sort of acceptance at the local level, the argument has always been that it's either it has been related to the medical issues, or it has been related to that the public is not ready to accept at this stage. So what I think is to raise awareness of the issues, to come up with concrete problems of the communities, of the LGBTI communities, and to talk with the parliamentarians on what are the issues that the LGBTI community are suffering in terms of not being equally recognized. Just for an example of the example in Thailand, there was a case where a student was an LGBTI student who wants to be recognized as a woman, but they put the name as a man name. So whenever she goes to get a job, her university degree had a man, but she literally recognizes her as a woman and dress up as a woman. But whenever she goes to get a job, then people feel that she brought a fake thing, so because it doesn't match well. So she filed a complaint at the court, and then she got recognized. At least the government agreed to it and gave the certificate. University gave the certificate in the name of her choice, in the the choice that she had, which is female as a female. It happens. It could happen in airports, you know, whereas you are asked to be, you know, your identity doesn't match well in the passport that you carry. There are also issues in detention issues, especially with LGBTI, where LGBTI community, many are taking hormones and they're not provided hormones, and then that had a medical effect when they are in detention. So those issues has been raised, and now Thailand is somehow changing the law to somehow recognize those issues and to find a solution to those. So when you have a concrete examples and if you lobby with those examples, and I think it's easy to argue than just saying that it should be treated equally. So, and as society becomes more progressive, I think these issues will be mainstream within the society, and the parliamentarians will somehow agree to it. Thank you.